Welcome back to the Alliance Opens. I am Blackbird Pirate, joined here by Dreckless to see a really interesting match between LAZERHAWKS and WAFFLES. It looks like LAZERHAWKS has decided to bring kind of a little bit of a variation of the Rattlesnake Nighthawk Caracal setups that we've been seeing. However, these Nighthawks are actually rapid light fits, and the Caracals are as well, so we're not going to be seeing that massive amount of close-range DPS. The Rattlesnakes are running rapid heavies, the Nighthawks and the Caracals with rapid lights. Dreckless, can you tell me all about these WAFFLES?
Well, the WAFFLES brought a double Sleipnir composition to the table, and they warped in at around 10k. Both of the rattlesnakes were at 0, and I think that was by mistake. As you see, they are burning away as soon as the match started.
You might be right about that. They are trying to escape. However, the Rattlesnake of Icarus is already very, very hard tackled by the Scorpion Navy issue. There's a ton of DPS, though, coming out onto Tyrion Heki's Sleipnir. He is just getting completely crushed here, and he might go down really fast here.
Yes, it looks like he's not really catching rips yet.
No, he's quite dead, and the scalpel of LAZERHAWKS is going down too, but they're going to lose 2 Sleipnirs for one of the Logi ships. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough to do anything.
I'm afraid their hand has been played already this early in the match.
Yeah, both Sleipnirs are going down. Well, Yenon's barely holding on, and the thing is since those Rattlesnakes are rapid heavy launchers, once they run out, their damage will lessen by a bit, but the drones are still quite powerful. We are seeing them trade both scalpels for both Sleipnirs are now down.
And I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it early. It's gonna be really, really hard to make some form of combat right now.
Well, here's the thing, though, is LAZERHAWKS is down both of their scalpels already. So at this point, yes, they have lost 2 Sleipnirs from the Waffle side, but LAZERHAWKS has no way of really keeping themselves up. And we're seeing one of the Caracals on the LAZERHAWKS side taking a little bit of damage. I think that clearing some of the small stuff is probably a better idea than the Rattlesnakes. Rattlesnakes are ridiculously tanky, even without a scalpel to back them up.
Yeah, and they can go ahead and try to remove as much of the little stuff without losing some ships from themselves. And I'm gonna tally up the points for a second here, because will that be enough?
I don't think so. I think that it looks like WAFFLES has just realized that they are putting some target painters up on that Rattlesnake, so they might do a little bit of damage to the Caracal. WAFFLES is definitely on a reload, right, or just finished their reload, because that Kieran dropped really, really quickly. Brett Thomas, one of our commentators and analysts, goes down pretty quickly. So he was talking about how he was a little bit stressed out. Well, he doesn't have to stress anymore. They did trade it for a Caracal, which is not bad at all, but the Navy Drake of Brett Joseph is also just completely eating it right now.
Yeah, and he's about to get deleted. He's halfway through structure already, and it's going fast. He's done.
And we're seeing the absurd tankiness of that Rattlesnake. It's kind of hard to tell, but if you see that little purple bar on both sides, that is active reps going on. So this Rattlesnake has some kind of shield booster, and he is just sitting there, not even really worrying too much about the damage coming from the Waffle side. We're sort of seeing I've seen MJD from the Rattlesnake that's taking damage. Icarus is trying to MJD away. Since he is centered in the arena, there's pretty much no chance of him boundarying here, and they don't have a scram on him. So he's just going to zip really far away from here and probably take way less damage here.
And in the meanwhile, we just saw the Cerberus being deleted. I just caught him getting damage, and before I knew it, he was already gone. That was fast.
It was very fast, and LAZERHAWKS kind of just did some really good out piloting there. He must have known that Icarus must have known he wasn't going to hold, so he was able to get out. And WAFFLES, apparently, I don't know if they don't have scrams or anything, but if Ander does a repeat of this, he'll be able to get away too. I don't want to say WAFFLES has no real chance here, but they're not going to be able to kill either of those Rattlesnakes if they're just going to jump out as soon as they start taking damage.
Yeah, exactly. And while you were saying that, their Caracal went down with a spectacular boom.
Yeah, the neither team has any Logi left, but I don't I'm guessing there's 5 minutes left. There could be something interesting happening here, but at the end of the day, we have a Navy Scorpion going up against 2 rattlesnakes, and I don't know if the Navy Scorpion has enough DPS to kill it, but I think that LaserHawks is going to make sure that there's not any possibility of that happening, and they are taking the Scorpion down really, really quickly. For one of the tankiest battleships in the game, it's just dropping extremely fast.
Yes, I'm afraid for our Waffle friends, it's game over for this match.
And it's interesting too. We've seen a couple matches today go to time. We're seeing just the power of massive amounts of shield DPS right here. It's possible Waffles is going to try and drag this out by having their Jackdaws run away. Obviously, one of them is not, as he is tackled, but I think that we're going to get a really quick one just to get started off here. Let's talk about a little bit about the choices of using rapid heavy launchers on the rattlesnakes while they kind of clean this up. Is that a good idea?
Well, it all depends on what you try to accomplish and what kind of control you want to force upon the other team, I think.
Yeah, it definitely seemed to work out really well for LaserHawks here. Waffles does take 20 points from LaserHawks, but LaserHawks does get 100 there, keeping pretty much their entire DPS core alive, with LaserHawks moving on, and Waffles is going to be dropping down to the lower bracket. And with that, we're going to go back to the desk.